Hello, fighter survivors and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. My name is Allison Lavina Phelan, and I'm a stage 3 colon cancer fighter survivor and thriver. Today, I would like to talk to you about toxic people who are in your life. Now, when you're going through cancer treatment, it's really important to surround yourself with positive people. You need to create a bubble of encouraging, uplifting, forward-thinking, supportive, energizing, loving, compassionate, understanding, and caring people. Because when you're going through treatment, there's going to be ups and downs, and you really need your support team to lift you up. If you have anybody toxic in your world, especially during treatment, you need to keep them out. There are times in your life when you need to put yourself first. And a cancer diagnosis is one of those times. I know that it can be very difficult, especially for caretakers, parents, givers. I love to take care of people, so it was very difficult for me to put me first. But I realized that I had to do the work so that I could heal, survive, and thrive. It makes me think about Shaquille O'Neal at Kobe Bryant's funeral, talking about how Kobe wasn't sharing the ball, and Shaq said, "You have to share the ball. You have to pass the ball, Kobe. You know, there's no I in team." And Kobe said, "Yes, but there's an M and an E." Me. And sometimes that's how you got to win the game, by just taking that me and owning it, applying it, shooting those hoops, and winning. That's the goal, to win. So we have to make our environment as pure as possible. And this also includes the people around us. It could be friends or family members or acquaintances who may be causing you stress, anxiety, frustration. They may be bullying you, manipulating you, or maybe even physically hurting you. These people have got to go. Got to be strong, stand up inside yourself, and do what's best for you. And it's not only for you. It's for the people who love you, for the people who rely on you, like your children, your partner. You need to make sure that you have everything that you need to heal as quickly as possible. Your parents love you. They want you to be successful. They want you to return to health. Your children need you. Your friends need you. Your partner needs you. And they want you to thrive. So be brave. You're stronger than you know. And get rid of any negativity. These are my 7 suggestions for getting those people out of your life. I'm going to start with the easiest, and we'll go from there. So the first one is pretty simple. You either ignore that person, or as they now say in pop culture, you ghost them. So you ignore messages, phone calls, emails, you don't answer at all. Some people will take that as a clear message, and some people will fight against that, but at some point after you block them, they will understand and hopefully leave you alone. The second suggestion is to have someone else relay the message. So if it's a family member, maybe it's another family member who could talk to this person and explain how you feel and ask them to step away, to please step away and allow you to focus on getting better. You already have so much stress and anxiety going through the process. The last thing you need is someone else or someone making it more challenging. Number 3, send a text or a direct message through Facebook, Instagram, and then block them. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but you don't want to interact. You don't want to engage. Think about what you want to write, send it, and block them. Number 4, send an email. This is a little bit more personal. It's not a quick text or a direct message. And if you want to write something really long, this is probably the best option. Also, you will not get a direct response, which is probably a good thing in this situation. Number 5, make a phone call. Now, this makes it very personal. So it really depends on your personality, your level of comfort, and how intimate you want to make this message clear. You're on the phone with somebody, you're probably going to get pushback, but maybe this person is somebody who's really close to you and you feel like speaking to them is the correct thing to do. Again, state your piece, your reasons why, finish the conversation, and do not engage anymore from that point on. Number 6. This one is very personal. It's when you call for a meeting, one-on-one, and you can sit there and discuss the reasons why, face-to-face. This one's a little bit more difficult, probably the most difficult, but again, that depends on your relationship and how you want to handle it. It's going to be uncomfortable. But I assure you that when you've finished having that meeting, that conversation, you're going to feel relieved. Number 7 is when you have to bring the law in, when that person is not listening to you, continuing to contact you, harass you, maybe even hurt you, threaten you, then you need to get a restraining order. But that is in an extreme situation. For all of these, for all 7, it's really up to you what you say. But I think it's helpful to explain why and ask them politely to give you the space, if they really care about you, to give you what you need. And hopefully they can put their ego to the side and they can allow you to focus on yourself. And if not, block them. If there's still a problem, have someone in your life block them. And if that still doesn't work, turn to the law, because they're there to help. Remember, you have to come first. It's your job to get all of those people that are causing you stress, anxiety, upsetting you on a daily basis, putting you down, saying negative things, maybe horrible things, giving you statistics that are not uplifting. They gotta go. You have enough to deal with. I experienced this myself while going through treatment. I had a friend who I had known for over 10 years. I would consider this person to be close to me, very supportive and caring and understanding. But in this instance, it did not go that way. His wife had, or has, I don't know anymore, MS, and he asked me to come over, which I did, even though I was going through chemo. And she was not in a good state. She was not well. She was depressed, and he wanted me to help her. I don't know how I could help her. She really needed a professional. He wanted me to take her places and, drive her to places and go to events, but that was not possible. I could barely take care of myself. So he was very upset with me. And I tried to explain, but I don't think he could hear me. So I decided to write an email to him, and I'd like to share it with you. Dear John. His name isn't really John, but it's a Dear John letter of sorts. It is with great sadness that I must write this email to you. I would like to explain what my life is like at the moment. As you know, I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer last February. Since then, my life has been my own living nightmare. The seriousness of the cancer was such that my surgeon said that if I waited just 3 more months, I would most likely not be here today. After going through 2 months of excruciating radiation and chemo treatments, I then had surgery. By the grace of God, my cancer did not spread, and they were able to successfully remove the tumor, and I am now cancer-free. But it's not over yet. I am now going through 6 more months of chemo, which is also extremely challenging. I am on a 2-week cycle, which means that I am ill most of those 2 weeks and have a moment to barely catch my breath before I go in for another round. During this time, I do not go out. I do not drive. I am weak, nauseous, exhausted, and suffer from neuropathy, which makes it difficult for me to use my hands, walk, and swallow. I go to the cancer center every second day after chemo treatment to get a hydration infusion, which takes several hours and depletes me, again, of any energy I may have. I've literally lost 30 pounds. That, combined with my many doctor's appointments, consumes my world. I take each day at a time. That is all I can do. The kind of chemo that is being administered is extremely aggressive. I have provided informational links below so you can read about my treatment. I know that this may be hard to understand, but for me to get dressed, get in the car, drive to your place, meet, get back in my car, drive home, and make it back to my place is a very exhausting outing for me. I rarely drive now, and my support system helps me with everything else. For the days where my symptoms are less problematic, I try to spend as much time with Sophia and Connor, since I only get to see them 25% of the time, as opposed to my pre-cancer life, which was 100% of the time. Along with getting through chemo and regaining my health, Sophia and Connor are my only priority. John, you are a dear friend, and I'm so sorry that you are going through such a difficult time. I'm also deeply sorry that Jane is in so much pain. What she needs is a professional. I cannot help her. I can barely help myself right now. I hope you know that under different circumstances, I would do anything in my power to help you and Jane. But my journey is only halfway over. Once I am done with chemo, I will have another operation, and then my system will need to adjust, which I am told is also challenging. Hopefully my nightmare will be over by the summer of 2013. God willing. Please understand my situation and support me, as I am also in a time of need. I know that MS is big business, but so is cancer. We need to be strong for each other. We need to acknowledge the difficult path we are both experiencing. We need to stick together. My prayers are with you. I am truly sorry I cannot help you at this time. It is a burden that haunts me every day. With love, Allison. I sent that on September 17th, 2012, and it's now 2020. I never heard back from him. And it hurts. It still hurts. Because that person was important to me, I took the time to thoroughly explain my situation and what I was going through. As I said in the email, I provided links so that he could look up the kind of treatment that I was going through and how difficult it was to recover. For whatever reason, he did not respond, and that's okay. It's okay. He had his own reasons, and that's okay. But it was the right thing to do, so that I could take care of myself, take care of my children, be there for my family, and my friends. It was the right thing to do. It's also very dangerous when you are going through treatment to be around anybody who may pass on an infection, a virus, a cold, the flu, whatever. You have to make sure that if you find yourself, even in public, around anybody who's coughing, sneezing, you have to step away. Create that happy, healthy, whole bubble. Keep that healthy, happy, whole bubble. I'd like to share with you a text message that I read. It was actually not sent to me. It was sent directly to my friend, but the person did not know that they sent it in a group text. Oh, has that ever happened to you? Yeah, depending on what you're texting, it could be interesting. So this was very interesting. And I thought this person explained themselves so well that I wanted to share it with you. So again, this is my friend receiving a text from her friend regarding their relationship. Here it goes. I have tried, but failed, obviously, to reply to your well-meaning messages earlier. They were appreciated, and I remain grateful for the many things you did to help me along the way. Our last 3 meetings in person I found difficult. The first I chalked up to the stresses of our respective lives. The second came and passed. The third stuck. No doubt I am not the easiest these days, but I feel removal is better for me than engagement. I imagine COVID-19 brings many family challenges for you. I am for sure ultimately positive about life, while unsettled about goals. Since the virus hit, my preoccupations have been taking care of my family and the demands of work. Anyway, it was good to hear you are well, and I am sure to run across you at some point. Wishing you all the best. John. Okay, his name really isn't John, but again, it's a Dear John letter, so I just used John. My father's name is John. My father's in heaven, Patrick John Phelan. Okay, so I just thought that this was very clear, wasn't rude. This person expressed gratitude, wished my friend well, and basically either put a pause in the relationship or ended the relationship with class and style and grace. So if you're dealing with somebody that you believe would accept a heartfelt explanation, go for it. If you think it's going to be a little bit more toxic, keep your distance, have somebody else help you, or like I said, involve the law. Let's go over my top 7 ways to get rid of a toxic person. Number 1, ignore, or in popular current terms, ghost them. 2, have someone else relay the message. 3, send a text message or direct message them, then block. 4, send an email. 5, make a phone call. 6, one-on-one in person. 7, restraining order. If you are having troubles trying to figure out how to do this or what to say, please send me a message. Or if anybody else has experienced this, please share your comments below. It's really helpful when we hear what other people have gone through and what they've done, what they said, what they sent, and what the outcome was. Just remember that it's super important for you to stay healthy, mind, body, and spirit. And sometimes that means you have to cut ties for your health, for your family, for your peace of mind. Okay, please support my channel, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very thankful and grateful to all of you for your support. Okay, everybody with me, I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. One more time, I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole.